Aquarius have the High Priestess, the Knight of Swords, the Ten of Swords, the Queen of Swords, Page of Cups, the Seven of Swords, the Six of Wands, the Two of Cups, the Six of Swords, and last but not least, the Queen of Pentacles. You, Aquarius, right now, you have the High Priestess, the Knight of Swords, and the Ten of Swords. So you do have somebody who you know that disrespected you very much so, and you felt disrespected because you were disrespected. You were in a relationship with them, and the way that the two of you ended was not necessarily on the best of terms. And because this person, when you told these people that you wanted to break up, it wasn't necessarily a very mutual decision. They wanted to be in a relationship with you, but you didn't necessarily want to be in a relationship with them anymore because the relationship didn't really have any kind of purpose. So when you decided to leave the Ten of Swords, that's when they wanted to essentially be very disrespectful to you. Probably ridicule you, called you names. It was probably a big breakup. The Queen of Swords and the Page of Cups now is about how, so now you, Aquarius, have to understand that not everybody is going to treat you like that, because the Queen of Swords kind of is a tarot card about thinking this may end up being your future, right? That what are you going to do when more people come at you this way? And that's good to be prepared a little bit, but the Queen of Swords is you may be a little bit too preoccupied, right? Thinking too much about what are you going to do when people act like this, right? The Queen of Cups, the Page of Cups is more about how you should learn to relax and approach that situation when you come to it. If someone is being disrespectful to you, then obviously you really don't have to say anything to them. You just need to leave them alone, because that's it. They've already shown you their hand. They've already shown you that they're being disrespectful to you. So because of this, what you should be doing is leaving them alone. I often found that leaving people alone when they talk, when they're very disrespectful to you, is often the best policy, because you don't stoop down to their level. And on top of that, when you go and you find somebody else that's better than them and they end up seeing you, that's a very good way, in order to make them jealous. But you're not ever actually going back to these people, right? Because if you do, they're going to treat you worse than they did before, because that's their revenge ploy, right? That's their revenge plot. That's them getting their revenge. So the Seven of Swords and the Six of Wands is about the Seven of Swords is about how people will try to play the game with you, right? But you also have to understand that this is not about, for you at least, this should not be about who's playing the game better, because ultimately playing the game is never really the answer in the first place, right? Because once you start playing the game and you play the game long enough, everybody gets played, right? That's kind of the gag of playing the game when it comes to playing tricks on people and being disrespectful. Everyone essentially ends up being the loser in the situation, including the person that thinks that they've won, including them. And so the Six of Wands is, so you want to be able to avoid that, right? Playing the game with other people, because then it frees up your mind, it frees up your time from really having to deal with individuals that disrespected you, the trauma that comes along with it. You can just move on, right? It makes it easier for you to move on instead of you having to dwindle and think about, or I should say, dwell and think about how you've been disrespected. So the Two of Cups is that if you're looking for any kind of relationship, moving forward also helps you to create a relationship faster with somebody when you just decide to not engage in the games, right? So when someone is being disrespectful and they're like, okay, fine, I don't care about you either, whatever, right? This is where this is right, the Seven of Swords is where you're most tempted to start being disrespectful, is when people, when you think that someone is up to something and you have the mentality that you want to confront them on it, right? Confronting them on it can be a good thing. But when you confront them, you always want to make sure that the two of you are having a discussion. From the minute that these people are trying to get you entangled into a whole web of lies, right? The conversation is essentially going nowhere. That's how you know that it's time for you to leave this person alone, because the conversation is not going anywhere. If you're finding value within this reading, then it means it's time for you to come get a personal reading from me. There's a link in the comment section called the link tree. Click on it. It'll redirect you to a website in which it has all of my outlets and ways you can support me, from my Instagram page, the books that I have that are on Amazon, my clothing store, as well as my private tarot readings. And my email address is Kareemspiritworks@yahoo.com, just in case if you need any kind of help setting up a private tarot reading with me. Thank you. But yeah, so the thing is that, so when you leave this type of relationship dynamic behind, where it's people are disrespecting you, you come out of it with less trauma and you're able to build relationships with somebody faster because you're not damaged, right? You have less baggage on you. The Two of Cups, right? So the Six of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. The Six of Swords is about, let me see, yeah. The Six of Swords is about someone, yeah, like I said, someone new will come in as soon as you decide to stop. Because I was thinking about what the Six of Swords looks like from the other deck. And so yeah, so someone new will come in, almost immediately after you dump this person. If you haven't already, someone new probably already showed up. The Queen of Pentacles, and it was probably somebody, at the very least, if nothing else, because you're just starting to get to know them, at the very least, immediately showed themselves to be somewhat better than the person that you were dating before that you stopped talking to. So let's clarify some cards now. Let's clarify the Two of Cups. So for the Two of Cups, to clarify the Two of Cups, you have the Ace of Cups, the Temperance, the Sun, and the Three of Wands. So the Ace of Cups and the Temperance represents, as a result, what you got to understand is that the Ace of Cups and the Temperance, you will have other people who are interested in you, Aquarius. You have a lot of other people who are interested in you probably right now. Some people that you may not even know who are interested in you, or you've been ignoring. So pay attention to what's going on around you and open your mind up to the possibilities, because you really don't know, even if one of your friends that you've known for a long time that may be interested in you, and the two of y'all just never went there, and you never crossed that threshold, that line, because you may have potentially thought that there was no way that you and this person would actually be a good match. The Sun, however, in the Three of Wands, is that this person, you never know. This person, one of your friends may have potentially had a crush on you for a very long time, and that you didn't even know about it. And while you out here looking for the mysterious stuff, or looking for, a person, one of your ships to come in where a person likes you, and you're looking for this ultimate relationship, maybe you had this ultimate relationship with this person. And of course, this person so far, right, that is better off than your ex is the Queen of Pentacles. So let's clarify the Queen of Pentacles. the Knight of Cups, Knight of Wands, the Six of Pentacles, and the Four of Swords. So, all right, so in essence, what we've got going on here is this person, the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Wands, is the two of you interacting with each other. And how it went is the Six of Pentacles and the Four of Swords, it went great. You know, it went great. This person is a laid back individual, right, that can pretty much reciprocate. These are people that are fairly nice to you. They maybe even have paid for the date or the little hangout that the two of you have had. They have no problem coming out of pocket, you know, paying for their half of whatever it is that the two of you are doing. So this person immediately, right off the rip, like I said before, seems to be reciprocal. And overall, in all, this is a pretty good reading. The overall premise for this reading for you, Aquarius, is don't really trip on about the dysfunctional relationships. Just keep your eyes open for the functional relationships that could work, and that you already have someone that came in already, probably, that like you and that is actually better suited for you than this person was in the first place.